You know, it all started on this quiet little campus in the Midwest, where everything felt safe and predictable until it wasn't. This rowdy biker crew called the Thunderwolves rolled in one night, revving their engines like they owned the place, picking on anyone who looked like an easy target. And that's when they zeroed in on this shy kid named Jamie, just trying to get home without trouble. They blocked her path, tossed her backpack around, laughing like it was some big joke. But to Jamie, it was terrifying. She'd been dealing with their crap for weeks, whispers turning into shoves, and no one, not even campus security, seemed to give a damn. But what those wolves didn't know was that lurking in the shadows was Riley Hayes, a former Army vet with a black belt in jiu-jitsu, someone who'd seen real hell overseas and come back quieter, stronger, determined to leave the fight behind. Until that night, when Jamie showed up at her gym door, eyes wide and voice shaking, begging for help because, as she put it, "They're getting bolder, Riley, and I'm scared they'll do something worse." Riley paused mid-punch on the heavy bag, sweat dripping down her face, her mind flashing back to those desert patrols where hesitation could cost living. Left the Army to study psych, to blend in as just another student. But old instincts die hard, especially when you see fear like that in someone's eyes. "Tell me everything," she said, wiping her hands on a towel. And as Jamie spilled it all, the wolves led by this hot-headed guy Jax Harlan, with his tattoos and that perpetual sneer, claiming the parking lots as their turf because, deep down, Jax was nursing some grudge against the entitled college brats, who he thought looked down on him and his crew, folks from the rough side of town who'd lost jobs when the local mill shut down, turning their frustration into this power play over campus hangouts. Riley felt that familiar knot in her gut. Bullying wasn't new to her. She'd stamped it out in boot camp, in the field, but here, it was personal now. Jamie reminding her of the villagers she'd protected abroad, innocent folks caught in someone else's war. So she nodded. "All right, I'll check it out." Though inside, she knew this could drag her right back into the chaos she'd escaped. That evening, as the sun dipped low, Riley headed to the lot, her steps casual but alert, and there they were. Jax and his four buddies, bikes gleaming under the lights, chains dangling like threats. "Hey, sweetheart," Jax called out with that mocking drawl, stepping closer, his breath reeking of cheap beer. "This ain't your playground. Scram before we make you." Riley stopped, meeting his gaze dead on, her voice steady as steel. "I'm just grabbing my car. Boys, no need for the tough guy act." They laughed, circling like Wolvesha, fitting one of them, a burly dude named Gabe, grabbing a chain and swinging it lazily. "Oh, she's got sass. Jax wanna teach her some manners?" But Riley didn't flinch. She shifted her weight, ready, and when Gabe lunged, she sidestepped smooth as silk, twisting his arm behind him and dropping him to the gravel with a thud that echoed like a punctuation mark. The laughter died fast. Jax's eyes narrowed. "Who the hell are you?" And she pulled out her ID, flipping it to show her vet status. "Someone who's faced worse than you clowns. Back off." They grumbled, mounted up, and roared away. But Riley knew it wasn't over. Jax's humiliated glare screamed revenge. And sure enough, by morning, some kid named Casey had filmed the whole thing, posting it online with a caption like, "Vet shuts down Wolves' epic takedown," turning Riley into this unwilling hero overnight. The video blew up, comments flooding in. "She's a badass," mixed with "Wolves got served." But it lit a fire under Jax, who was stewing in their dingy garage hideout on the town's edge, slamming fists on a workbench because, to him, this wasn't just embarrassment. It was a challenge to his control, his way of clawing back respect after years of being overlooked, his crew the only family he had left after his old man bailed. "We can't let her punk us," he snarled to Gabe, rubbing his sore arm. "She's making us look weak. Time to hit back, starting with that scared little friend of hers." Back on campus, Riley tried to shake the stares and whispers, "Hey, that's the vet from the video," but Jamie tugged her sleeve, pale as a ghost. "They're here again, Riley. I saw them at the gates." And there they came, engines thundering, Jax dismounting with a smirk that didn't reach his eyes. "Well, if it isn't our campus warrior, you embarrassed me last night, made my boys look like fools, and I don't forget that easy." Riley stepped forward, heart pounding but face calm. "Your problem, not mine. Walk away before it gets ugly." He laughed, cold and bitter, signaling Gabe forward, show her respect, and Gabe charged, but Riley was faster, ducking his swing, knee to the gut, elbow to the back, leaving him gasping on the ground. The crowd gasped phones out, recording as Jax's face twisted in rage. "You'll regret this," he spat, but sirens wailed. Officer Blake pulling up, barking, "Break it up, or I'm calling the real cops." They peeled out, but Riley knew Jax's threat hung heavy was escalating, targeting Jamie now to draw her out, his jealousy over the privileged campus life boiling over into something dangerous. Riley's mind raced. That night she couldn't just react. She had to outsmart them, so she looped in Casey, the video kid, setting up hidden cams around the quad, the library, places Jax might strike to reclaim his turf, all while reassuring Jamie, "Stick close, we're turning the tables." Jamie nodded, her fear mixed with a spark of resolve. "Thanks, Riley. I feel like I can breathe again with you around." But the threats ramped. Yupin anonymous post online. TikTok. Vet lessons come hard. And Riley felt that old adrenaline surge. The kind that kept her alive overseas, but now twisted her gut with worry for innocents like Jamie. Then, late one night, the cams pinged Jax and his crew at the library, cans of spray paint and firecrackers in hand, planning to trash it as a big screw you to the campus that rejected them. Riley slipped out, Shadows her ally, confronting them mid-act. "Pack it up, Jax, this ends now." He whirled, surprise flickering before the sneer returned. "Alone, huh? Big mistake." They circled to, rushed her, pipes swinging. She dodged, disarmed one with a wrist twist, kicked the other's knee out. Then Gabe came at her, chain whipping, but she caught it mid-swing, palm strike to his chest, dropping him wheezing. Jax pulled a knife, eyes wild. "You've pushed too far," lunging with a yell, but Riley sidestepped, grabbed his arm, twisted until the blade clattered down, pinning him to his knees. "It's over, stay down." His crew hesitated, then backed off, engines roaring into the night as Jax slumped, defeated but muttering, "This ain't finished." The footage sealed it. Riley and Casey handed it to Officer Blake, who finally got the cops involved. Patrols beefed up, the wolves scattering as whispers of arrests loomed. Jax holed up in his garage, questioning everything, his crew drifting, Gabe admitting, "Maybe it's time to let go. Man, this grudge is eating us alive." Riley exhaled, watching the campus breathe easy again. Jamie starting self-defense classes, turning her fear into fire. Casey using his vids to rally folks for safety. But weeks later, a note slipped under her door. "You were right. Riley, fighting shadows ain't worth it. Thanks for the wake-up, Jax." It wasn't an apology, more a grudging nod, leaving her wondering if real change stuck or if old wounds festered. Campus healed, workshops buzzing, students standing taller, but Riley knew life's messier than neat endings. Sometimes heroes just buy time. What do you think? Was I right to step in, or did I escalate things unnecessarily? Drop your thoughts below. Have you faced bullies like the wolves, or seen community grudges tear things apart? Share your stories. Hit like if this hit home. Subscribe for more real talk tales, and bell on next ones about a neighbor feud that flipped a whole block upside down.